We call it laziness. It's an easy word, short, blunt, and final. I'm just lazy, we say. It sounds like a permanent flaw, like a part of our DNA that's simply fixed. But let's be honest for a moment. You aren't lazy when the reward is immediate. You aren't lazy when there's no risk of embarrassment. You only feel lazy when something truly matters. That's the truth no one says out loud. Laziness is often just a mask we wear to stop ourselves from looking at what's really underneath. The task you keep postponing is rarely meaningless. It's that email that could change your career, or that proposal that reveals your true skill level. You aren't avoiding effort, you're avoiding exposure. As long as you don't start, you can protect the fantasy version of yourself, the one who might have succeeded if they only tried. Avoidance is strategic. It's a way to keep your identity intact without risking the sting of reality.
Your brain isn't designed for ambition, it's designed for survival. And survival doesn't care about your potential, it only cares about threats. In the eyes of your nervous system, rejection, embarrassment, and uncertainty feel like physical danger. So when you sit down to work and suddenly feel exhausted, that's not random. That's your brain lowering the temperature. It trades your long-term growth for short-term stability, choosing the safety of scrolling over the danger of doing something great. Sometimes it's not the fear of failing, it's the fear of success. Success changes who you are. If you succeed, you have to maintain it. You raise the expectations. You might outgrow your current circle. Staying lazy keeps everything stable. No expectations, no spotlight. You get to remain undefined. And to your brain, being undefined feels much safer than being exposed. Have you noticed how avoidance feels in your body? That sudden heaviness in your limbs, that mental fog. It's not imaginary. Your body reacts to social threats like judgment or failure the same way it reacts to a physical attack. You want relief because your instinct is screaming for safety. Relief is not weakness, it's a survival instinct. But remember, instinct is optimized for staying alive, not for growing. Here is the uncomfortable truth. Avoidance works, at least for a moment. When you delay, your anxiety drops. When you distract yourself, the pressure fades. Your brain learns that avoidance equals relief. Over time, you don't just debate whether to do a task, you escape it automatically. You aren't lacking discipline, you've just trained your nervous system to prefer the short-term relief over the long-term becoming. If laziness was the problem, you'd need motivation. But if avoidance is the problem, you need awareness. Stop asking, how do I stop being lazy? And start asking, what outcome am I actually afraid to face? Vague fear is powerful, but a defined fear shrinks. Once you name the fear, whether it's public failure or proving yourself wrong, avoidance begins to lose its grip. You don't fight avoidance with force. Force only creates more resistance. Instead, you must lower the perceived threat. Don't try to finish the whole project, just open the document. Don't try to solve everything, just work for 5 minutes. You're not trying to win a marathon yet. You're just teaching your nervous system that this discomfort is survivable. This shift from "this is dangerous" to "this is uncomfortable but safe" is everything. So maybe you're not lazy. Maybe you've just been protecting yourself the only way you knew how. Your inaction isn't proof of weakness. It's evidence that this task actually matters to you. We rarely avoid things that mean nothing. We only avoid the things that have the power to change us. Your laziness is actually a sign of how much you care. Next time you feel that wall rising up, don't rush to label it. Don't just say, "I'm lazy." Pause. Zoom in. We get overwhelmed when we look at the mountain as one giant immovable shape, but every mountain is made of small, movable stones. Don't ask, "How do I finish this?" Ask, "What is one small part I can face right now?" Momentum doesn't come from force. It comes from movement that feels safe enough to continue. You don't need to conquer the mountain. You just need to touch the next step. And often, that's enough to make the rest follow. Before you go, I want to leave you with a thought. If your laziness has been a shield, What would happen if you finally felt safe enough to put it down? If you found a piece of yourself in today's story, let's talk in the comments. What is that one small step you're going to touch today? Your story might be the very echo someone else needs to hear to start their own movement. And if you want to keep exploring the quiet, messy, and beautiful corners of your mind without judgment, consider joining us. Subscribe to the Mind Echoes. Let's turn these whispers of fear into echoes of understanding together. Until next time, be kind to your mind.